I done tried to do some shit and it didn't even work. Fuck it. My people, are you here? You know what I mean? Talk to me, I talk back. You understand what I'm saying? It's time, man. We finna bump the gums. We finna get the juices flowing. You understand what I mean? We finna talk that talk. And we finna just catch a vibe, man. I'm here to tap in with the people, do what the dance doctor does. You understand what I mean? I wish that would have worked though. I mean, possibly it could have. That was just not the right source that I was supposed to put up. Is it? Nah, we're not gonna do that. We could just do it later. Uh, let me see here. Let me see here. Fuck it. I could do it on here though. What I was trying to do. Mm, this might be a shorty. This might just be a little test stream, man. The people ain't showing up today. You know. Let me see. I knew I had wanted to talk about this for a while, and so the first test of it was if y'all not familiar with the community tab section on the channel. I mean, you might be though, because there was a lot of people that voted. You know what I mean? Um, Tina, yo, Tina, I see you. You know, Tina, how you doing? Um, Let me take a look at this real quick. No, 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 no. We're not doing that. Right there. Um, Hello, brother. How you doing? Um, Honestly, I'm not doing that good, man. I'm not, man. We don't gotta get into it, but I'm trying. I'm trying, man. It's my first time, I think, like, not like necessarily like I've done it before, but for a different reason. Like maybe I just wasn't home, I didn't have my laptop at one point, or whatever the case may be. But like not even uploading all week was like, what am I doing? But then it's just like, I don't know, man. I'm just one man, one body trying to figure everything out. Uh, but I'm trying out here, man. So I appreciate you checking in on the doc. You know what I mean? But hey, you feel all that low negativity? You feel all that? You feel all that just awkward, just just low down, gutter like energy? I need you to cut that. Cut that, get it out of here. What they say on that one show? Get that out of here, man. It's got to go. It's got to go. And I feel like I come alive just a taste when I'm talking to y'all. You know what I mean? Maybe this is my fix. This is what I'm supposed to do. I'm the doc for a reason. You know what I mean? The doc is gonna have some bad days though. Believe that. I would like to be Superman. I am. You know what I mean? I would like to be your one and all, your everything. Um, but the doc is a little low. But hey, you know what I mean? We're not here for that. We're here to give nothing but good energy, positive vibes, and just speak nothing but success and victory over everything we're doing. You know what I mean? I used to get on y'all. I used to. You know, you guys wasn't really talking about it in the comments when I would speak on it, I would be like, hey, what's y'all goals looking like? What's the move finna be? You know what I mean? Is you plotting right now? Let me see what y'all working on. It could be dance related. It could be shit, man. I got promoted at McDonald's the other day. You know, I was the fry cook, and now I'm flipping burgers. I'd be like, hey, there we go, man. You better flip them motherfucking patties, man. I want them extra crisp. You know what I mean? Flip them and make sure they get cooked all around too. You know what I mean? And make sure the center is cooked, because sometimes the outer parts, but not the center of the patty. You got to make sure that motherfucking patty is cooked, man, before you serve it. It's already McDonald's food, so it's just bad to begin with. But at least just give them some cooked, whatever that is. You know what I mean? And then I think they should be all right. New style hip hop. Xavier, aha, Xavier. Let's talk about that, man. Let's talk. Let's talk about it, because I like that. I like that you said it. I didn't say it. You said it. New style hip hop. Should I put that in the title? Should I change it? New style hip hop. Xavier, if you are still here, yeah, you are still here. Okay, okay. All right, all right, all right, all right. Cool. I would like to ask you, Xavier, what is new style hip hop? That's what I would want to know. I would just start off with that. Just like if I heard you say that, like if me and you was rapping, right? We talking, you know what I mean, kicking the shits. Um, and you said, man, I think the best style for battles today is new style hip hop. I'd be like, oh, word. Okay, dope, man. Hey, question. Um, what what the fuck is new style hip hop? That's just what I want to know. Just you know, just your thoughts on that before we get into it. You know what I mean? Because that's a valid answer, I believe. You know what I mean? I just rather know from the source, from that statement. What is new style hip hop? That's what I want to know. Damn. Hopefully you feel better soon. I mean, hey Tina, you know the same. Miss Walker, hey, how you doing? It's been a minute since I seen you in the chat. It's good to see you again. Uh, Tina, you know how they say, um, everybody going through something. You know what I mean? Like, you never know what somebody going through. I feel like that's just the case for everybody. But I appreciate the momentary like attention or love. You know what I mean? For me speaking on that, just a taste. It's just like I don't like pity myself in no way, shape, or form. Cause I feel like everybody just be going through it. So I'm just trying my best out here. Like I feel like you could be going through it. You know what I mean? I feel like Xavier could be going through it. Anyway, all of us. As a matter of fact, I really do. I really think all of us got problems, and that's just it's just fact. You know what I mean? So, um, is that metal? Is Wait a minute. Is that metal right there? It sure is. It's your dance doctor, one and only. You know what I mean? Here to flex on y'all for the one time. Tap in with the people. I had mentioned this too in the community tab section where I was gonna do streams, and I'm still debating between YouTube and Twitch. Man, there's just I could talk about that with y'all too. You know, YouTube it's a platform that I've already built a firm, solid base on. I get consistent views throughout my videos that I gotta start posting again, and even though everything hasn't really blossomed in the way I would want it to, it's still at a point to where it's like, why go somewhere where I'm completely starting over from scratch instead of just doing the streams here? But there's just certain things about Twitch and the way it's ran and the mindset for donating and supporting and those type of things that kind of just it just makes sense on Twitch because that's what people do. You know what I mean? Um, so on here though, people just consume stuff, but it's a balance. I just wish I could talk to some YouTubers. You know what I mean? Like I don't know nobody, so I'm just going off of everything with me watching either videos or just me coming up with thoughts on my own. Um, I do have a skit though. I'm gonna drop that pretty soon. Um, Cook that up. That was actually pretty fun to write. But do you work or are you a full time dancer? Well, this has been the work. Um, this is YouTube has been the job. That's I was going out in the streets like, hey, I'm a YouTuber. You know what I mean? How you doing? I was shaking hands. I was greeting people with a YouTube smile. You know what I mean? Just that grin that I'm a YouTube. I was really out here feeling like I'm a YouTuber. You know what I mean? With 4,000 subscribers, but a whole lot of views. A whole lot. I do get the views. The subscribers is what I do. Hey, you're hysterical. I can't dance for shit. Hey, we can fix that. But watch your reviews. Keep up the good work. It's people like you that give me this boost of energy. I don't know if you know that you had that power. I don't even think you understood it. You know what I mean? It's something that's kind of just you were just. It was like a hidden secret, like a unlocked potential on some Gohan shit. You didn't even know you had it until Guru said, "Get that up out of there." You know what I mean? And for you to speak on that, it just does a lot for your boy. You know what I mean? It's probably gonna mean one of them things where it's like you never gonna know how much it mean to me, but it mean a lot. So thank you. I think this might even. I don't feel like I've seen your name before, but welcome to the club. You know what I mean? Welcome to the club. I appreciate you being in here for sure. Um, let's get on to Xavier though, cause he had a comment about the new style hip hop. Let's see what that is. The style which Joris, Cuddy, Rubik's, Raj could do, in my opinion. Okay. Um, that doesn't really answer nothing. You could like their approach with how they move. Uh, there. I would just like to break it down. There's no new style hip hop. You know what I mean? There's evolution within hip hop. It's not the new style. You know what I mean? It could be the way like certain generations move, but it's all branded under one. You know what I mean? Uh, because if there's new style hip hop, it's like okay, well then there has to be like regulations or foundations, or there has to be like a process to this. It can't just be new style hip hop. What does that mean? You know what I mean? What is that? So I get it. They have a certain way of moving, but when I tell you guys about that, it comes from something. All right. So Joris, Cuddy, whoever you're talking about, the main thing that I was going to talk about within, I mean, it kind of gives me a perfect way to even segue into what I was going to say when it came down to the fact that when I asked this question and the results that I got, which by a large margin too, but also it was just interesting to see like almost 700 people voted on that. So that was actually pretty crazy to see. That was actually pretty cool. But when I was talking about what style is best for battles today, I felt like keep it a buck too. I felt like a lot of people was definitely being subjective versus being objective. I'm gonna keep going, but let me just tap in with the people real quick. But I feel like people was being mad subjective versus being objective because we gonna break it down though. We gonna break it down and let's talk about the styles, give perspective, and of course this is where y'all can chime in. I want us to do like a tier system with the people. Today might not be the day. It don't seem like that many people is coming in, but it's still cool to just even flow with y'all. You know what I mean? Um, let me see. I kind of want to see more crump reactions from you, man. I mean, I've done my fair share. I mean, I just did one. Well, I mean, like recently I did one with Eyes and Cyborg. The only thing is, I'm still trying to find a balance between how to dish out content. So there's still that whole problem in itself where it's like, okay, when I was doing videos before, I had treated it as if it was like my job or a source, one of the main sources of income. If it becomes something that I have to depend on to be able to pay for bills, fuck it. Beyond that, just be able to live comfortably at some point. I have to be able to put out videos that meet a certain standard when it comes to views. In that situation, I also need the people. You know what I mean? I need the same three things: subscribes or subscribers, likes, and comments. Same thing every YouTuber talks about. I know everybody know the joke about, you know what I mean, constantly hearing YouTubers talk about it. Hey guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I mean, I know that fourth one. Yeah, I don't know where people share my shit at, other than Instagram if they tag me. But regardless, there's just that whole process. Unfortunately, it's either my channel hasn't been built off the strength of being known for Crump reactions. I think in general, I feel like I'm just known for doing reactions. However, I do feel like my channel has gotten more attention due to the hip hop style battles that we watch on here. Only because due to just my observations in the analytical page, when I do Crump reactions, it don't meet a certain level of views that helps the channel at all. For me, I don't care. That's why I'll still do them. But also for the other reason is that I'm not the most versed in Crump to understand or know what battles to watch or know what footage to put out. I can't really speak on it too heavy because that's not, that's not me. I've known about it since the beginning, or not the beginning, but like, because coming from South Central and everything like that, where Eyes and them heavily connected to, or I think even Eyes is from South Central. That's just like one of the things that I'm just hip to, but I'm not like tapped in within Crump to like break it down, speak on it, talk about it. I can look at things from a very like just a dance perspective, like movement and technique and things of that nature. But I don't necessarily have the like even the videos, the history, the dialogue to tell you guys about Crump. So I just don't overstep and speak on it too much. But yeah, man, I'm always gonna do more Crump. That's just what I think is like easily something we're gonna talk about when it comes to like what's the best styles for battles. In general, what people do within Crump is amazing. Is amazing. I think Crumpers are some of the best dancers on earth. Like, it's good luck, buddy. If you got to battle any of them. Who's calling me? Let's just answer this and see who this is real quick, cause I don't know who this is. Hello. Damn, it's the vehicle extended warranty people. Do you all? I mean, how did they get my? Where did they get the number from? Hello, this is Michael calling about your extended vehicle warranty, and I'm like, God damn it, man, fuck. Delete my number from the system, man. I need a hard sweep. Anything that has to deal with that, delete the number. Mine. Get it out. Sick of it, man. Alright, let me get back to the comments, man. Let me see what y'all talking about. Calling me about that bullshit. Let me see. I like Twitch a lot, but in my opinion, you should go to Twitch when your audience is bigger so you can gain something from Twitch. That's a fair statement. You know what I mean? I heard it's real easy to. I mean, it'd be easier for me to get affiliate. If I get partner, that mean I ain't. I can't stream on nothing else no more. That's what I heard. But yeah, man, I don't know. Like, even just the idea of the gifting the subs, all the different ways people can support, which I struggle with on here. I don't know. It's just the mentality on Twitch. It just seems like that's what people are accustomed to. Like, I saw someone gift 150 subs, and I was like, damn, what the fuck is that? But that's just like, it seems normal to do on Twitch. Here, you know what I mean? Let me see how many likes we got. I don't got that many people watching. I got 6 likes though. You know what I mean? About what I expect. I expected less, but hey, it's cool. It's just the idea though on Twitch for like what people do when it comes to supporting. It seems different than on here, but I'm still figuring out because I'm still growing the channel and everything regardless. So you want me to watch Black Zik versus Wolf? I don't know who neither of them are, but that's not gonna happen today. That's not gonna happen today. But we could possibly watch that later. Just hopped in. What's cracking? What's the topic right now? Right now we finna talk about this best styles for battle topic. You know what I mean? I'm finna get into it because I talked about it within the community tab section where I was saying that I think people that was voting on that, and they got a lot of votes, almost 700. I think people was being mad subjective when they was thinking about what styles is best for battles, just because the structure right now for even what you would consider a style. So my man earlier had spoke on it where he had said new style hip hop is the best, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? But at the same time, it's like because I think within what styles provide today, it's so different now. It's not as kind of cut and dry or black and white as it was before. Where styles today don't really, I feel like they just evolved to a point where it's not just what it was before. So that's why certain styles don't even kind of like it doesn't even really stand the test of time anymore because it didn't evolve properly, which is what I would definitely end up talking about because I feel like I have a lot to say within that space. You're a great YouTuber. No one makes the content that you make. Your personality and your sarcasm is everything. Of course, you deserve million subs. Hopefully, you'll have that one day. Hey, Xavier, man, thank you, man. I believe you, man. You know, when it comes to the subs, I think I should have more. Most definitely. I try not to focus on that so much because of what it will do to your mindset. But it's just definitely one of them things though where it's like I kind of don't know what else to do other than being able to focus more on the marketing. But that's just been the main thing where it's like anything that I am trying to think of, it's all just on me trying to figure everything out. If there are people that I could even connect with, you know, because I feel like that's the next step. It's like I'm trying to build something for the people, build with the people. But even if people had the resources, people had the connection, yo, Metal, I want to help you with this. I want to do this for you. Like, I would love to work with people and actually get things established because that's, I mean, building a business. I don't know nobody that didn't have help, but I get donations from people here from time to time and things of that nature. But if anybody has yo, man, I'm good at this. I got you, man. Here's a, you know, what I mean, a module, a plan, anything. I don't, you know what I mean. But that's just me speaking out loud. But in terms of like me trying to come up with everything, I'm trying my best. But time waits for nobody, so I'm trying to do things in a timely manner. Because yeah, man, I can't just do this forever and not reap some of these benefits that I need. You know what I mean? But let me see. Have you seen Ethan Rubik's little brother? He's amazing. No, I didn't even know he had a little brother. I'll be seeing him. I think next week. I mean, next month. I'll see Rubik's next month. I think he said he's gonna be out here for a minute, so he said he wants to hang out and whatnot. So I gotta, you know, probably show him around, take him around town. I think he's been out here before though, so he probably been sightseeing and shit already. Ooh, okay, so yes, Ethan is dope. All right. So we still gonna talk about it. What style is best for battles today? We gonna rap about it a taste. What's the best style depends on a lot of aspects. True. Like the best style overall in battles, because obviously hip hop is the best in a hip hop battle. No, yeah, of course, of course. But when do you go to hip hop battles? You know what I mean? I mean, if we talk like, I wouldn't have asked that question specifically because if it's a styled battle, then that doesn't even make sense. What style? What's the best style? What style is best for popping battles in a popping battle? You know what I mean? Like, if it's a hip hop battle, then it's a hip hop battle. But most of the time, they don't have battles no more that's predicated to styles now. You know, most of the cats that come in, because now that I met you, Dragon, knowing that you're young, I don't know how many hip hop battles that you've entered, but I know you're fairly versed with like being more in tune to like things that'll actually like benefit your dance, like being with the Styles camp and things of that nature. But for the majority of people, I know I've worked with a fair share of people within the youth, and they'll speak on it where it's like, yeah, man, my style is just like an all styles, and this, that, and the third, with it coming down to like a mixture of things and all this. It's like they haven't really just been in a space where they just primarily had a style, a foundation, a focus within a specific style. You know what I mean? People now just pick apart a lot of the movements within styles, which is basically what I'm gonna get at when I talk about styles that are best for battles today, and why that was even like a thought process. Could you explain the difference between training, practicing, and labbing? Okay, we can do that first then, Terrell. Or Terrell, my fault. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing with this. Let me break that down. Um, what was that order? Training, practicing, and labbing. I feel like these are just terms. First and foremost, I feel like they're just words. Training could be labbing. Labbing could be practicing. Practicing could be training. And practicing could be labbing. But labbing could also be training. While training could also be labbing. But then if you take it back and then look at labbing, it could also be practicing. But then practice, think about it, it could be labbing. But then if you really focus on what labbing is, it could actually be training. You know, like, it's just the word, but each person has a different perspective towards how they view each one, whatever that might mean to them. Training, you know what I mean? Maybe I just feel like they're all just intertwined. So, like, if I'm practicing, I'm labbing, and if I'm labbing, then I'm training, and if I'm training, you know what I mean, I'm practicing. Like, I feel like they all kind of go hand in hand. However, my mentality towards like how I'll focus on specific things might might like have a word that's closer associated to that based on feeling. So like when I'm labbing on something, it's like maybe I'm trying to develop something in a specific way, like a scientist when he's in the lab, he's trying to figure something out. Maybe if I'm training, it's like I already figured that out, so I'm trying to develop that. And then practice overall, there's just maybe like I'm just practicing on things. But I feel like they all just have similarities that kind of just, like I said, they're intertwined to where it's like I feel like they're just different terms people speak on. Where it's like go back 5 years ago, people wasn't talking like I'm labbing, or there was just a point when labbing wasn't a thing. Like I was there at a space where nobody was like, man, I'm finna go hit the lab. That just became like, I don't know where, you know what I mean? Like it's just new terminologies, but that have the same meaning as the previous word that was being used before that. But in terms of just how my practices are, like when I'm labbing on something, I'm very much focused like on specifics, and I'm trying to like figure out different spaces because I have a sheet that I follow, or like a mindset that I apply with my practice to how I break my movement down, and then it'll fall in line with the idea of labbing. You know what I mean? To try to explore, to create, and figure out different things within this process. Because I already told you guys the three principles. You know what I mean? Being fearless, relentless, and curious. So that kind of goes hand in hand with the idea of labbing. The practicing stage might just be me just being raw freestyle. Just, I mean, that's always the case. But just trying to just develop that shit as smooth as possible. Just kick it and see how that shit flow. And the training might be just something where I'm like specifically drilling or something of that nature. So yo, Critical, I see you in here. Let me try to speed up because I see y'all talking, and that's the crazy part. I'm a little blown away. This might be like a surprise to the stream because it was dead at first. I mean, I already knew it was just gonna be a matter of time until the people showed up. You know what I mean? Until the people showed up, I already knew it was just gonna be a matter of time. Look, let me just drop these links in, man, just in case. I know y'all not gonna pay attention to them, and y'all gonna blow right past them. But fuck it. Let me just drop these anyway. Um, for the one time. I'm not really stressing it no more. I'm just gonna drop them. People do, people do, people don't, they don't. The first link is gonna be if you want to join the super exclusive secret club here on the channel. You know what I mean? Look, man, there's tiers to the super exclusive secret club. All you gotta do is click it. It's the join button. All you gotta do is just click it. What are you waiting for? Just click the button. It says join. That's it. Bam. Tiers, right? The cheapest tiers, $4.99 to support everything your boy has done on the channel. I'm talking everything. You know what I mean? It's a monthly subscription. But when I think back on everything that I dropped, $4.99. You know what I mean? $4.99 a month. If I just got 5 people to join right now, that would help. You know what I mean? You know, that's just me speaking on that. But hey, that's one of the ways. If you would also like to donate, I dropped the link in there. It's a donation link. All you got to do is just go ahead, click the link. You can drop a certain amount, whatever you like. No pressure on that. But those are just the different ways if you would like to support the channel. Y'all already know about the metalspalace.com. It's a .com, so you know it's legit. You know what I mean? To be able to cop some gear. If you want to look fresh, that's one thing. You can support the channel. That could be like a second thing. But the first thing is you want to look fresh, don't you? You saying you don't want to look fresh? I mean, what are we talking about? Click the link. You know, get you some gear, man. Step your shit up. You know what I'm saying? And everything is going to be all right. Yeah, man. So that's how I feel about the whole lab and training, practicing lab and training. But you got a lab and then lab to practice to lab, and then lab to train, and don't forget to train to practice. You know what I mean? Um, what's the difference between flexing and turfing? I'm not the one for that one. Do your homework. Do your homework. I can't answer that one. I don't know anything about turfing, flexing, and turfing, and then turfing. I don't know nothing. Um, maybe I can get Crow on here though. Maybe I can get Crow on here because Crow already, you know, what I mean, is tapped in with your boy. I know y'all seen that video already. How many likes we got? Yeah, 14. All right, it's up there. It's up there. He said crumping because of energy. We gonna talk about it. I've seen people come and go, you know, but I'm just reading through the comments and we're gonna talk about it. But otherwise, the best style is a style each person personally relates to and can most express themselves through. Okay, I like that. I like that. Ethan is rapidly becoming one of your favorites. I like that. I think animation starts popping like Slim Boogie because of technicality and how much variety of vocabulary as well. I like that. You can't technically say, "Oh, crump or hip hop is the best." Maybe the best to watch, but I'm pretty sure they're not the. Well, I mean, so I feel like there's still like a like not an agenda or anything like that, but there's like a little scheme that comes with like being able to plot your next move when it comes to a battle. I mean, this is why people come in with these bars, they come in with these concepts, but each style has something to offer. And I mean, it's been something that's been like it's not like definitive. It's not like I'm finna give y'all the answer and say, look, man, this is the best style, and you should be doing this. It's all subjective, but I feel like there's a way to be objective in subjective conversation. So like or subjective thought processes or perspectives. Like if I'm coming into a subjective conversation, I'm gonna try to be as objective as possible, even though it's still just my opinion. But it's more so like I'm not trying to be biased. Like oh I do hip hop, so that's the best. You know what I mean? I think hip hop is just better than anything. No, it is. It just is. It's hip hop. You know what I mean? And have no real answer for you. But I feel like we can break down what each style provides, and then see what the other styles have to offer in that specific sense, to see which one you think holds up. But there's always going to be what I feel like is a blend between, like you could say, you can have an argument and say, I think this style is better for these particular reasons, and it could be valid. And then you sit there and think about it. Like, can this style hold up against that? I feel like that's why even in battles right now, certain styles you wouldn't even question. You know what I mean? So if you see a house dancer go up against a crumper, it's not as if I feel like house doesn't, provide something that's still going to make it to where it's like they can compete. But I feel like it would be rare unless you just have a crazy good person delivering it. But I feel like there's always a balance between the two. But I don't know. I feel like certain styles can still like certain people within the style, or just the style by itself based on what we've seen before. And I guess you can't even really say style versus style in a sense. There's been people that have represented the style in a way that make you think that this style in itself is the reason why it's up there. Like Crump is just Crump, but then the people that represent Crump give you the understanding of what Crump is able to provide. So maybe within certain styles, certain people haven't elevated to a space where it makes sense in these stages when you're going up against certain people like Tight Eyes or the Twins or whatever, Rubik's and all them. You know what I mean? So then it still makes sense, which is why I'm saying what styles make the most sense for a battle today. The styles can still obviously exist and thrive within a space that makes more sense for them. Like house is for clubs. That's just where that shit came from. House wasn't like a battle style. You know what I mean? So not every style is meant for battles, but people bring that to the battle stage, and then you see maybe how far you can take it. But then you realize there's a culture within battles. Like there's a certain way you have to deliver stuff that like you would have to change or coordinate how you move differently just because what you was doing over there ain't the same over here. Let me see. Um, whatever style a person finds themselves in is the best style for them. If you say crump or hip hop is the best and someone tries to get into it just because it's the best, they're not really into it. Well, so yeah, that's not the narrative of what we're talking about right now, though. So this is not to persuade anybody. This is not to manipulate or like have someone think that this is the best or you need to join it. Like, of course, you need to be true to you, which is like the similar case for like I feel like that even brings more representation to the idea of like people need to focus on styles. That's always been a thing. People right now just do the exact opposite by taking the moves from certain styles. So they don't fuck with light feet to an extent where they actually dive in. They just take the lock in and bad ones or something. You know what I mean? Then they see flexing and just take bone breaking aspects of it. No dance hall, none of the other elements, just this, and maybe some tutting. You know what I mean? You look at popping, they just take the pop, the contraction out of it, maybe some animation techniques and get out. You know what I mean? I would always emphasize, I've done this plenty of times where styles, like again, even when you talk about like the idea of what anybody is doing, like the people, if you say Rubik's has his own style, no, he doesn't. Rubik's has a cluster of styles that he like throughout his journey of like learning about dance and understanding his movement, it still comes from something. It's drawn from something. It's not like Rubik's just born. He was just born and then he just started moving. No visual experience to see something and then take that and make it him. It's not that he's not adding him to it, or I don't believe it's not him. It's just the ideas or the thought processes still come from these other elements, especially within the dance space. Now, you can be inspired from other things, but most of the time when you're creating, it could be from a subconscious standpoint where it's indirectly being influenced by something that you've seen, or you look at it to where it's like you intentionally know exactly what you want and how to build it. So then that's how you work on that. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, it's not to do any of that. It's not to do any of that. I personally like old school hip hop foundations, for example, Dykens foundations like that. So again, the only thing that I was focused on was like old school, new school. Like it's all just hip hop though. You know what I mean? Like you can maybe categorize it by generations or something like that, because again, it's almost like the idea of rap too. Um, you got the 90s, the 2000s, current generation. But then within the approach of it, it's like I feel like things just evolve. So it's still just hip hop. It's still popping, or it's still whatever. You know what I mean? Um, for them, it's not the best, and they won't be able to get as good in that style since they don't really connect with it. The only reason why I feel like it's best to look at it that way as well is only because within the evolution of each style, it has to connect to the people of the current generation, which I feel like some styles have a problem doing so. You understand what I mean? Like popping has a bad rep mentally when people think about it, specifically because they'll just look at it like it's an old head dance. That's just like the narrative that I've heard various times. It might not be like, of course, like the one all be all where everybody just thinks that, but at the same time, there's a mad amount of people that also look at it like that's a throwback style, or that's something, you know what I mean, that people did in the 80s or some shit. It's something that older cats was doing. You know what I mean? But it's not nothing fresh like it came out in 2000. You know what I mean? Where you got kids today still doing it. You got kids today doing more so the trendier stuff, or you got kids today doing some of the more like the styles. And also that's a thing too, where it's like a style could be old maybe from where it comes from, but then say for instance even like overseas, hip hop is old. Overseas gets it years later, and it's attached itself to the people in a big way, broader audience and things of that such. And now you got people looking at it, but it also evolved. It's not like people today in Paris are still rocking to the throwback tracks that we grew up on, like the traditional hip hop tracks, the foundational music that gave us what we have now. Where like literally hip hop was a lifestyle, or it is a lifestyle. So it's a way of living. You understand what I mean? Like it's not just a dance. So it had its roots. It had everything that made it what it is. And then the dance also coming from that, it had purpose in that space. But looking at it to where it transitioned to overseas or wherever else it goes to, it loses some of its elements, and then it becomes something different entirely. You know what I mean? But then it also evolves, so then that way it could be something that is more understandable by the current generation, because what the old heads or the older generation, the OGs, what they knew it as, it might not be the same for the current gen. So it needs to evolve for it to be able to be accessible to the next generation so they could actually rock with it. Or else they just, you know what I mean? They're just going to end up moving on, and then it's just not gonna be something that's relatable to them. Like even when I think about what I was saying in terms of popping is like because popping never really I feel like evolved in a space where it was done by the majority of people like myself within my age or even younger now. You know what I mean? It's like it's not that's not the dance you see a bunch of youth or kids doing. Hip hop has always been hip hop, you know what I mean? And that's changed a lot. A lot. But what I was going to get at when I was saying people were being very subjective, I believe towards the post is because I believe a lot of people when they were voting, I feel like was being subjective, but also didn't take into account what I feel like styles are nowadays. Styles to me are just a cluster of shit. Now, if I look at it, popping is pretty true still to what it was way back, which was what when I talked about the evolution part of it. For everybody that's hearing me out, I don't feel like popping really evolved. You know, popping is still like primarily just known for that, which is why I feel like it's more so something that people look at as like the old head dance because it didn't really change with the times. You know what I mean? It's something that didn't really fall in line with being able to add a bunch of gimmicks or other things to it, and other properties to it to where it's like it could still be represented as popping, but then you add a bunch of other stuff to make it something else entirely, but still put the label on it as it's popping. For me, the thing that got the most tainted was hip hop. Like I don't know what hip hop is to you guys, to be quite honest. I really don't. I really don't. To you guys, like I know what hip hop is, but to you guys, I don't know what hip hop is. I would watch hip hop battles and literally be like, what part of this is hip hop? How? Like objectively, I feel like hip hop could be what is considered the best style for battles today. Maybe that's why we're talking about it because it can have everything. It can have literally everything in the style. Everything. These are multiple styles that you add to hip hop and claim it's hip hop. I would have a question more so when does it not become hip hop? You add so many elements to your hip hop dance that's not hip hop. You'll add break dancing elements, you'll add popping, you'll add light feet now, you'll add footwork combos, you'll add bone breaking, you'll add so many other parts of other styles to your dance within hip hop, and I'm like, when is it that it's not hip hop? Because like if I add so much to popping, you're losing the essence of what popping is. And then when am I still able to say that's popping, and when is it not popping? Now with popping, if you're not contracting your muscles to create the pop, then it's not popping. We already have styles within it now where it's like you wave, that's its own thing. You can animate, that's its own thing. You can tut, that's its own thing. If you were to do even just those three, and it takes a while to even get those three down packed. If you were to even do those three and not do enough popping in a popping battle, you lose because you weren't popping. You understand what I mean? But when it comes to hip hop, I mean, at least like within all styles, it doesn't matter because there's no specific criteria sheet where you need to specifically just do hip hop. But that's where I believe some of the problem comes from because I hate all style battles. Like I swear on my soul, I hate them. I can't stand them. All styles, open styles, freestyles. I can't stand them. I can't stand them. It just I feel like it's just bad. But it's also the evolution of stuff to where it's like you got to learn how to adapt, which is what I've been trying to like figure out more and more as I like watch dancers and understand the movements of like how people is operating right now. But also just looking at it again when I'm thinking about the best styles is like because I feel like that's relevant now. Before, like what Dragon was talking about is yeah, I was training because I was training with the idea that I'm going to battle a bunch of poppers. I'm going to pop in events. I'm going to a space where there's going to be a popping battle. So it's going to be me speaking the same language as someone else, but now it could be way more technical because, okay, what are we talking about when it comes to the pops? What are we talking about when it comes to the movement within the pops? What are we talking about when it comes to just representation of rhythms and timing and space within the music? You understand what I mean? How are we looking when it comes to fluidity within the movement? Is he being very stationary or is it just popping in place kind of thing? Where is his pops coming from? Is it a multitude of different body parts that he's utilizing? His isos, his range and movement, pockets. Like you could analyze all that, and it makes sense because we're doing the same thing. This person's bobbing, this person's bobbing. But when it comes to like how people is moving now, like you got this person doing three styles, but they actually do it good, or like even just two or whatever. Like they're doing a whole different style, and this person's doing a whole different style, and the person judging might just do crump. So it's like if they do crump and I don't, and they don't know about popping, it's not that I care too much about the mindset of the judge per se, but it's more so just within that space where I feel like it's just weird to me. It's very weird. I didn't understand it because I was just trying to be involved in it. I was just going along with the flow. But once I put myself in that judge seat, or once I put myself in a space where I'm obviously doing things from the dance doc perspective, and I'm trying to analyze everybody, it's hard to even give a perspective because I'm not the person that's fluent in that style. You dig what I mean? But then at the same time, when I'm looking at it and I'm trying to understand this person's movement, I recognize that people fuse so much nowadays that it's you just doing one style might not, it might be a problem, or at least like if that style hasn't evolved. Because the main thing that I was looking at is like popping has its things that it could provide, no question about it, which is why I feel like even when I look at other styles, people take the aspects of what popping can provide and they just mix it with theirs. However, the thing that people have nowadays is so much range and movement and motion, and being able to use energy to connect to the people through movements or whatever the case may be, to where it's more like a performance now. It's like a little blend of all of it, where like, I mean, at least like when I look at popping don't have some of those things. So then you just kind of look at it like, damn. So I had a talk with Slim the other day where I was like, you know, like I guess for him, he's someone that already has a name established, I feel like. So that's one of the most credible things you could have. But then he also actually has the skill to represent popping in a very valid, fresh like take that's very true to him. But it's like, do you ever have those thoughts like you're battling people that's going to provide so much more in terms of various aspects that feel like it's important to the people right now? Like if blow ups and beat killing and all these other things wasn't important, then it wouldn't be a thought to like, how do you compete with that? You know what I mean? But because blow ups and eye candy movement and tricks and props and all these other things is like a thing that becomes more important, and then you see people getting validated by it by getting wins, it just makes you think like you have to figure out ways to adapt within this particular space. You don't have to compromise your dance at all. But I feel like if you're playing a role in that space, then you have to figure out how to survive if your style doesn't feel like it's best for battles. You understand what I mean? So that's just my take on that. It's something that I'm just trying to figure out because I feel like you can just go into it. Yeah, you want to just go house in the battle, and then when you lose like 10 times straight, it could be you. It could definitely be you. But then it's also something that I'm considering in terms of like what makes the most sense in this space. I sometimes it's one of them things where I just sat there and thought about it. I don't think any style doesn't have a chance, but I also think when I used to say like, okay, word, if I see Crump go up against Memphis Jukin, I'm thinking of it like how Jukin or Chicago Footwork even. It's not. It could be to me like the highest level cat within Chicago Footwork, but they primarily focus on their feet. So everything that they're doing, maybe it might even get stale at one point because you're just watching the feet after a multitude of rounds. But like I feel like there's certain styles that can offer so much more, or they can provide so much more due to the style and what it's capable of, or just in terms of like where people have taken it. You know what I mean? But that's been more so my thought process. As I just it's just more like it's nothing like deep or super serious, but I feel like it's a valid statement in that particular space. Now, for instance, when it comes down to people just wanting to be true to themselves, figure out what style makes the most sense to you in a space where that's what you align with, not necessarily something that just has you doing stuff to win. Because I feel like that's the problem people have in general, why they take so much from these other styles, because they recognize that's what's going to get them these wins, or they feel like that's what's going to get them the results they want in terms of viewership or whatever the case may be. That's a game in any situation or anything you do in life. There's always going to be things that you can do that's going to put you in a position where you could win this person over, or you can win this group of people over if you dress like this, talk like this, do this, whatever. But if that's not you, I would never recommend that ever. So I would never want people to take this and look at it in a way where it's like, okay, word, light feet is the best for battles today. I'm just gonna do light feet. Not if that's not, you know what I mean, like what you really rock with. I would never recommend someone doing something just for the sake of winning battles. Because even then, we'll talk about the aspect of what does a battle even do for you today, right now. Battles to me do not. I've said this multiple times. They do not have the same weight as what they did before. They don't. But I would want to connect with people in a way where I haven't seen anybody mention this, and then again, nobody might have the resources, but to be able to speak or work with more people who are like-minded, to be able to move in a way to where we could build something. I can't do it alone. I'm trying to do this YouTube shit alone. I'm trying to do everything under my brand alone, but there's no way that I could move to try to continue to build within this culture, within this community for the dancers on my own. It's impossible. It's impossible. It's impossible. I've had points where I thought about stopping YouTube. I had points where I feel like this shit is pointless because of what I have to do to continue to move like this. There's a lot that's needed, and I be doing everything for free, basically. Everything. Maybe a few people donate here and there and all that other stuff, but other than that, you know. So it's like I don't mind doing none of it, but at the same time, it's like it's tough. It is tough. You know, understand what I'm saying? So I want to work with people that have resources or have connections. You don't even gotta be a dancer. Hey, yo, man, I got a building that like just I know how to work it. I can set up flyers. I can like just being able to connect with the people in the same way that I'm saying. I just do stuff just to do it, and I don't get nothing in return. But I know there can be something that's built same way I'm trying to be the face of something, or like create a brand that could be the face, the symbol of something. You know what I mean? On some Batman shit. But as a symbol, I can be invincible. I can be whatever the people want me to be. You know, as a man, I can be broken, but as a symbol, I can be something more. You know what I mean? Like, that's what metal is. It's all just, it's a character. It's like a persona. It's not like I'm just doing it as, you know, I'm just doing it so I could get some likes. It's me, but it's what I allow myself to be. That I'm not even going to go into, like the idea of what shaping a character is and how all that is bullshit. But yeah, I'm not gonna do that. That's too deep. That's too much. But again, as far as community shit goes, but back to like, you know what I mean, according to like what I feel like is best for battles, it was just an opinionated thought. I haven't, or it was a wandering thought in my mind, like what makes most sense. Because I feel like that's why certain styles aren't even seen in battles no more, because it just, you know what I mean, or certain styles just ain't even seen at all. You don't really get representation of certain styles that much no more, that don't really cater to what battles, because battles are always the emphasis. I mean, anytime you do anything within dance, especially me man, I can't wait till you do battles. I can't wait to see you battle. Oh man, when you going battle? Oh bro, there's a battle coming up. Are you going? Oh man, how come you ain't got no battle footage out? Like battles is just the one all be all. Like if you're not doing battling, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? They don't want to hear you if you're not battling. And battles used to have that feeling to it, but it don't no more. If I battle, which I still will, but if I battle, it's just because I'm just doing it. It just, it's just because I'm just doing it. I don't feel like there's even a space right now where it makes sense for me, where it's like, I had talked about it. I think within the evolution of things in general too, like shit is always gonna have the parts where things ultimately change. But it's like when I talk about basketball, you know what I mean? Like if you look at 90s versus today, and everybody be like, man, it's soft out here. The game is different. Where's the dribbles, the crossovers, the handles, the finesse? You know what I mean? To be able to take it to the rim. Everything is 3-point game. You know what I mean? People are shooting from parking lots out here. And that's all people do. Get the ball, run up the court, get to the 3-point line, shoot it. That's basketball right now. It's entertaining, but it's definitely different. And to some, maybe most, it's just not the same. It's just not the same. Battle to have fun and push yourself. Yeah, that's valid. It's just that's all it is now. That wasn't what battles was before. It's like there was that element of it. You know what I mean? But battles used to be like a test because say when you it's like it was just that tier system. You were climbing the ranks when you stepped into the battle and you had those valid like people. So again, even back to the basketball references, like when Kobe decided to not go to college because he wanted to play for the NBA, it's because of all those heads that he seen that was playing that professional basketball. He was like, yo, I want to be in that. I want to be involved in that. I want to be a part of the generation that got to play against some of the best basketball heads to ever touch the fucking floor. You know what I mean? But if you don't see that level of competition somewhat, that's when people also retire. They're just like, nah, I don't have that drive. I don't feel it. You know what I mean? So it's like within battles to get to that space competitively is like I'm naturally competitive, but I'm just not, it doesn't feel the same. I don't feel the drive to battle. You know, understand what I mean? Like with your basketball analogy though, current players are objectively more skilled and expensive. No, that's what I'm saying. There's differences. You know what I mean? It's not as if like one is better. It's always just like that old school versus the new school approach. You know what I mean? Or this generation versus the previous generation. It's not as if this generation doesn't provide its own set of things that, like I said, make it entertaining. But it's definitely a difference where if you're the 90s kid and this is what the game is today, then you recognize why certain people don't necessarily connect with this way of playing basketball, even though it's still valid. It's just mad different though. So now it's like for me, I'm trying to find my place in this particular setting with all styles just being the main focus. With people just having a multitude of styles now in their bag and a lot of like blow up heavy-ish type of approaches. Where can I align myself within this space? You know? Or even just this was just for the sake of just having the conversation about it, what style is best for battles, because I feel like that's a valid take. You know, I feel like someone can sit there and objectively sit and think. It's not as if there's a one-all be-all. That's why I said it's not like there's going to be an answer. Like someone's going to come in here and be like, man, this is the best, and that just is. It's all subjective, but I feel like we could talk about it to where it's like, I see that. Okay, that's valid. You know, oh, this person has this take on it. Word. Okay, I could definitely see how that's the case. You know what I mean? So that was just more so the whole thought behind speaking on that. But then that's why I was alluding to the fact that hip hop just does everything. I'm gonna go through some of these comments because I feel like I haven't read anything from most of what everybody was talking about from everything that I've said. But like when I was talking about hip hop does everything now, man. You could do whatever style you want and just claim it's hip hop, and y'all will be okay with it. You know what I mean? So it's a tough battle. When you're contemplating like what to add, when do you add to a point where it's no longer a representation of that style anymore? You know what I mean? Like sometimes I had to talk with some again where it was like I don't even know if I claim myself as a popper. But then again, I feel like that's because most people also don't claim themselves as a popper because they don't know if what they feel like they're doing is still considered popping. Because they don't feel like it just evolved to a point where you could say you're popping and this is just the current way of doing it. It's like you don't feel like you can associate yourself. I feel like that's one of the other problems. Like the fact that I have to sit here and say, damn, I don't know if I'm considered a popper. I don't, I can just wholeheartedly just be like, yeah, I'm a popper. I could be an Aubrey Fisher in this motherfucker and just say I'm the GOAT, basically. You know what I mean? It's a new day out here, I'm taking over in this motherfucker. If you didn't know, let me tell you right now. I'm the new GOAT of popping, nigga. I'm the GOAT of popping. I'm the GOAT. You know what I mean? I'll call Audrey out right now. We can do an Instagram reel today. You know what I mean? But yeah, I feel like these are just valid takes that you would have to at some point consider. Or I mean, you don't have to, but it was I think about dance stuff all the time, and I'm also thinking about the direction of the dance, where things are going, and also how you can't fight evolution. You can try to do some damage control. You can try to be a voice as I am, and try to have conversations more than just influence. Like I don't never want you guys to just listen to me and I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm the one all be all. I don't create the standards nor do I set them. But we can have conversations amongst each other to then go off of how everybody is feeling according to the dance, but those with valid experiences and valid understanding of it could be the ones that are the voices, which is why I would want to have people like that on the podcast and everything like that to be able to be able to be the ones to lead the charge. You know what I mean? To be able to be the ones to elevate the dance to where it could potentially be to where we actually get recognized for what we do, you know, on a bigger stage. So then you don't have certain people that come into the culture, take from the culture, get big from it, and it does nothing for the public, or nothing for the community or the culture that it comes from. It's just momentary, selfish gain. You know what I mean? Like my name could, well, it's already been something that like has had an effect on my name or like how people know me, but it doesn't do nothing for me. I'm more so just trying to get more views and acknowledgement towards like building the community and doing more to highlight dancers. I rarely put some dance footage of me, but that's so I can have motherfuckers know it ain't sweet on this side. I ain't no just regular ass bum motherfucker that just bumps his gums and I can't throw down. So yeah, that's just for acknowledgement to let niggas know I do this. But that's more so everything I was speaking on. But let me let y'all catch up with everything I'm saying. If y'all are going to address any of that, let me read what y'all saying. Uh, Yo, Royce, I see you, man. We got members in here, man. It's good to see y'all, man, because I know my members is slipping, man. I don't get no more members, and members is leaving, which is all good. But that's why, man. One day, it's like I just know it, man. It's like I feel like I'm already there, but it's just one day, man. Shit's gonna pop off, and then all of a sudden, it's just, you know what I mean. Everybody gonna want to be a member. Everybody gonna want to be a part of what I got going on. Like it's just, that switch up is gonna happen. I remember I saw a post where it was like, if I say I got a new job, you know what I mean? If I say like I work for fucking El Pollo Loco or something, y'all gonna, oh yeah, way to go, buddy. That's what I'm talking about, man. You make them tacos, soft shell, please. Um, Chicken, yeah. Get some hot sauce. Put it on the side though, and then take that. Y'all be putting mayonnaise on it or what? Like, take it out. Don't you ever put that on my shit. Take that out. Lettuce. I'll take that though. You know what I mean? Yo, congratulate me on that. Yeah. A 7-Up though, Sprite, whichever one. Large, light ice. Hey, light ice, nigga. I know how y'all do. Y'all put extra ice in it so then I can get less of the drink and get a whole bunch of fucking watered down soda. I don't want that. Stop playing. Light ice. I will come in there and knock your forehead off. Light ice. Cool? Cool. You know what I mean? Y'all clap that up. If I say, hey, man, I'm starting my own business out here. Oh, boy. We got another one, Johnny. Another entrepreneur. Good luck to you, bucko. Oh, you're starting a business, huh? Just like the rest of them. Okay. Good luck, sir. Yeah, he's going to make it. You know what I mean? But then once you see the numbers popping off, once you see a nigga on LA Times or something, once you see it going somewhere, oh, shit. Hey, Metal, yo, bro, I went to high school with you. Oh, shit, hey, man, I'll be in your chat, bro. Oh, damn, man, that's how the switch up happened. Yo, oh, shit, bro, I was watching you, you know what I mean? This was way back in the day. Oh, you know what I mean? Hey, man, I'm down with you, bro. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, oh, yeah, you know what I mean? That's just one day, though. One day. Let me get back to Royce, though. Thank you for being a member, man. Up in the palace, you know what I mean? Welcome to the palace. You're in here right now, you know what I mean? So thank you for being here. Royce, what you talking about? Good to see you on a live. We're just checking for new content yesterday. Yeah, man, I'm slipping, man. I apologize on that note. It's just a lot of pressures, a lot of stress, man, and a lot of It's a lot, man. I'm trying my best. I apologize, man. I do apologize because that also eats at me. You know what I mean? I got people looking for me, and I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. But it's just to get on camera and be who I am with that type of energy, I have to have it. And for the past week, I haven't. Not like because I'm just getting soft on y'all. I'm getting lazy. You know, it's just like it's just been hard. It's been hard for your boy. A lot of decisions have to be made, and life like it's real. You know, bills. I don't know if y'all familiar with those, but those are real, and it's just a lot of things. Like it's a lot of things, man. This entrepreneurship is hard. It's hard, but like I said, I'm just doing what I can, not focusing so much on that, but just I'm just trying to do it. I'm just trying to do it. I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to do it. But the videos, I'm gonna fucking say, hey man, stop being a little bitch. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna try and just what I mean, do what I do for the people and provide. You know what I mean? Um, a little bit of everything is good because if you expand your vocabulary, you can match energy, but musicality is very important because you can see a lot of b-boys dancing and it looks cool and all that and all, but if you don't have musicality, then it can be off a bit. I mean, yeah, it's like that's why it's always a balance. It ain't never just one all be all. I mean, there's various aspects within the dance that I felt like even if we had like a not like a, I guess it could just be it's all opinionated, but it could be like what do you find to be like the most important aspects for dance? Like, do you feel like it's being creative? Do you feel like it's being within the music? Do you feel like it's a movement is like primary? So you just like seeing a whole bunch of movement, but it's not very intricate to the music. You like seeing like props or like do you like seeing expression? Like there's various things that people like gravitate towards when they like watching dancers. So um, let me see. But I would say a mix of hip hop and animation and having musicality equipped is one of the best styles to have because if you have a lot of vocabulary with musicality, you should be straight. Dancers like Wade D and Slim Boogie are good examples because they know how to explore different dimensions within music. Very true. Uh, yes, mixtures of hip hop plus animation is dope. When it comes to b-boying, most of the times, I've only seen people beat kill. I haven't personally seen any b-boys or b-girls attack things like half notes, quarter notes, six notes. Okay, so you're talking about music. I mean, I don't know anything about breakdancing, but I also know breakdancing has changed a lot. Where there was what I believe I could speak on is like it was more like a representation of the style, whereas like now, of course, things are a lot more like trick oriented, blow up heavy, set heavy, creating flare moments, burns, things of that nature. But there was like essence when it came to just being able to top rock smooth, get your ground game to a point where it's just crisp, style, like even finesse with your movement. You know what I mean? Not necessarily going straight into doing windmills, 90s and air chairs and all this other crazy threads and but there was just like even if it comes down to the idea of threading, like it was its own thing. So you would finesse the fuck out of threading. You get what I mean? Like if you're gonna wave, then do waving like to a high, like take it somewhere. If you're gonna do animation, take it somewhere. You get what I mean? Like a lot of times people just do. You know what I mean? Or like they just do what works in a sense. But I can't really speak too much on breakdancing. I'm in grad school to be a counselor, and a professor speaks a lot on having a theoretical home base, so to speak, similar to the way you describe foundation. You can have an integrated approach. I mean, it's just necessary, bro. It's just necessary. The more I think about it, it's completely necessary. But the idea of what I think people misunderstand with the idea of foundation is like just the idea that like foundation is a one particular thing. It's like no, but you need a base. So it's like that movement that you're doing, like when you're creating all this shit, is like where is that rooted in? Where does that come from? So if you take all of that and break it down and you look at how you have waving mixed with animation, you have some bounce with it, some hip hop. Okay, well those are four distinct different things you need to work on. And when you look at those elements, then you see that, or look at those styles, there's fundamentals within that to help you do it better. That's just like you need it. Now to understand your approach within that, I feel like you have to have a rooted base. Like it just makes the most sense. Like you can try to just throw everything together and just have transitions, but then it will only take you so far, man. It literally will. Like I feel like that's why I'm saying, like, even with the idea of how people approach dance right now, it's just not done at a level either that reminds me of like why I even got into it. Because people were able to really capitalize on something within a style, sit in a pocket, and really show you something. Whereas nowadays, you can't even exist within certain styles or whatever the case may be, because you're primarily just bouncing around everywhere. So all styles gives life to all of this. Your mindset, your thoughts would be different if you had to stick to styles. If battles, because battles is just battles. Battles doesn't mean all styles. All styles is what's the main thing right now. But if you had to battle and then you had to go into styles, your mindset would be way different. Way different. If you had to battle and all there was popping, breakdancing, crump battles, like it's the same thing that Fiction is getting involved in right now doing crump. He has to learn how to crump. He can't go into the shit he do and think he finna do something. And no, he can mix elements of what he already has and apply that within that space. But you have to learn crump, sir. You have to learn popping. You have to learn the styles. But people don't have to do that because all style battles exist. And you can just have smooth transitions and do whatever the fuck you want to do. You can just throw out whatever you want to throw out, and as long as there's maybe like a good couple moments that you have and it's some entertaining. Like I remember I used to see people just do some shit, and then do this. And people will go, hey, 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 hey. Do some shit. Oh, yo, hey, my God. Oh, damn. You know what I mean? You see people go out there twerking and shit now, humping the ground. That's the moment where people, oh, fuck, yo, damn, Come on, man. Stop feeding people fucking flavorless chicken out here, man. Stop feeding people the white man's chicken and come on, man. Do the thing, man. Do that guy's thing, man. And stop playing. Let me get back to these comments. For like an open styles battle, of course, knowing and having elements of a lot of different styles helps immensely, but knowing all styles is not a style in itself. It's just knowing. Yeah, no. Yeah, of course. Yeah, people need to know that. There's no style. If you think that, then it's like you believed. You were the person that thought dubstep was a style. You would go in and be like, yeah, I do dubstep. I do dubstep. I'm a dubstep dancer. No, there's no all styles. But I feel like all styles confuses a lot of people, man. All styles confuses a lot of people where they think they can just do whatever the fuck they want. But I gotta be honest, I used to rock with Dragon House, but toe spins and trying to make it look cool ain't enough. You need to learn how to connect to the music more. I never really watched Dragon House, so I kind of don't even know what you're talking about. And pull from multiple theories of styles, but having that foundation or underpinning is crucial. I think about dance styles in a similar way. Yeah, man, that's what it is. Where's the rest of y'all comments at? I got a lot to read. Yo, Jules, I see you, man. I see you up in here, man. Good to see you. Right now, I would say crump, but you would need to know what you're doing, though. Yeah, crump is dangerous, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Crump is dangerous. Crump it provides so much, man, and it's tough to go against. I don't feel like I've seen a style that has so much intimidation behind crump too. Like crump will alter the fuck out of your dance. Like most people, they do some talking, they do some chirping, bumping the gums and shit like that to try to get into your head. Crump just gets into your head regardless. They try to throw you off. They try to, you know what I mean, do whatever they can, bump the gums, do some like 1, 2. He did that how many times? They try to do something to fuck with your headspace, but crump just do that by itself. It just be like, damn, oh shit, I gotta go against that. What you want me to do after that, nigga? Like, the fuck am I supposed to do? You know, Crump just do that out of Matt. Crump is dangerous, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's beatable, but it's dangerous. I feel like the criteria for determining the best styles for battle is mainly crowd engagement, exchange, taking into account the other person's round into your round, building upon each other. I mean, that's a valid. I could take that perspective. Crowd engagement is one, and that's why I look at popping. Don't have that. Exchange. I don't think that's necessary because or unless like if you go back to styles where it's like okay hip hop versus hip hop or popping versus popping or whatever the case may be, then I feel like you can build upon that. But that's when I'm saying like the exchange element is like if I'm battling a breakdancer and I don't do that, it's like how the fuck am I supposed to what? I can't do none of that like that. You know what I mean? But then that's also like a thing where you don't let that affect your shit. But that's normally like when it came down to like if you're popping and they do tutting at a high level and you don't do tutting, don't play that game where you try to tut now or you try to be as controlled as them and you're not that good in it. Don't do that because you'll fuck your shit up. Then you go out there looking stupid, and then you just you know what I mean. Now your round is over. You lost. You fell for the trap, man. Trap card activated. It was a mirror force, nigga. Came back at you. Now you're fucked, man. I'm telling you, Yu-Gi-Oh is no joke, man. Have you sent right to the shadow realm, man, and you're not coming back. You know what I mean? You're not coming back. Power of friendship can't save you with this one, bucko. There ain't no heart of the cards. There ain't no power of friendship, man. You're done. You're done. You're out of here, okay? You're out of here. It's over. Beat it. Go back to the lab. Figure some shit out. Let's talk about it, though. Let's talk about it. I want to see Crow at Summer Dance Forever. Summer Dance League or Fusion Concept. What would he do? What would he do? They don't have a style for him. They don't do all styles at those things. He can just say he does hip hop though. You can just say he does hip hop. You know, Croc can just say he does. You know, let me get up out here. And then 3, judgeability. How well you can judge it. Wait, what? You lost me with that one. Yeah, I agree with you. What you said, just the stuff I said was like theoretically thinking. Now I hear you. The problem I have with Crump as the best style is that the music in all style battles often does not match the dance style. I mean, because it could be very aggressive like, but I've seen some people match like I've seen some Crumpers dance to other styles of music that they really connected to because Crump is very expressive, man. Very expressive. Very expressive. And in that particular sense, maybe some of their movement might be heavier, but I've seen people connect to the music far better than a lot of other styles because there's a lot of other styles don't provide that. A lot of other styles provide a lot of movement, and a lot of other styles just provide a lot of entertainment. But I've seen Crumpers connect, bro. Crump is a spiritual dance. So it ain't something where it's just I'm just doing shit just to do it for you. It's like I'm releasing. So people have listened. I've seen people dance to very like harmonizing music or just peaceful music, R&B, you know what I mean? And they go into it and they fuck shit up. Maybe not in the same way you're accustomed to, but you know, I could somewhat understand. I think that might be the person then, or maybe it's just your take on Crump, but yeah, like again, Ice, for example, is somebody who can also move outside of Crump style, which helped him. But I don't feel like he moved outside of Crump style. I feel like he just applies Crump to what he's listening to. It's rare that I've seen. No, I can't even recall a time I've seen Ice not do Crump. Yeah, he might have, of course, like slightly various movements incorporated within the round to demonstrate maybe a particular feel and essence of a style to adapt to the music, but 99.99% of it is Crump. Would you be able to react to the twins? Yeah, I got a bunch of those, buddy. What twins video have I not? I mean, I know they just did the Criminals one versus the U Dot. I thought about watching that. House? You building a house? What you mean? You about to buy a house? House HOUSE. What are we? House question mark? I don't get it. Hope you will do the interview with Rubik's. I mean, yeah. I'm pretty sure we'll do something. Maybe a vlog or uh, battle them or something. You know, that's what y'all want. I'm battle Rubik's. Nah, I'm pretty sure we'll do something though. Hang out, chill, eat, the whole shebang. Crump interview, all that type of shit. Crump allows you to be versatile. The dance allows you to go into a lot of different genres of music. Eyes is not the only crumper that can. Thank you. Yeah, Ruin and B Dash. Exactly, Simpson. There it is. That's what I was just saying. Yeah. In my opinion, I rock so much with hip hop and crump. Now, of course, yeah. I can hear that. Like that's just your perspective on that for sure, as it should be. Those should be like you should be able to say I like this. Like I do popping, and I don't think it's one of the best styles because it hasn't been allowed to evolve. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it has it every. I see a lot of dance and I'd be like, hey man, those are popping properties that they're utilizing. Those are popping techniques that they're incorporating. Hey, let's just keep it a buck. But you know, I watch far more other styles than I do popping. You know what I mean? And just to speak on this, just a taste, right? As far as like looking at it again, let me see. Okay, we got 19 likes. 19 likes. Oh, well, let me not skip that. Okay, so I had various viewers in here, you know, yeah, man, it just seems very difficult. I mean, again, I'm not really campaigning for this. I only did it one other time, so it's cool. You know, I feel like it's valid. But hey, man, if any of you guys would like to support the kid, I really don't think you guys hear me on any of that. But hey, that's why I gotta be here to promote it. Like, click it, the join button. You want to click it and become a member. It says join. All you gotta do is click it right now. Click it. Just take your button, move the mouse, the cursor, whatever it is that you have, flick it onto the join and click it. The link that I just provided for, you don't even have to go to the join button. You have the link right there. Just click it. Click it right now. And become a member, man. Support your kid. Support the kid on everything I'm providing out here. You know what I mean? Y'all won't do it, I know, but hey, I gotta still drop them. It's only the second time, cause I'm gonna start minimizing the amount of times I do it. But it's just like I feel like I have to do it because, you know, it's not something that's just shown. You know what I mean? I gotta ask. I gotta remind people. I guess I could say too. All right, let me see. Well, let me see. Okay. The homie Stampede said it well. He said what sets you apart in dance slash battles is how good your foundation and basics are. Because especially for upcoming dancers, new stuff doesn't set you apart. For sure, yeah. That's always been. That's why it's debatable. It's not. There's no specific answer to that question. I feel like just certain styles have more things that they can provide. You know what I mean? There's like easily you could be a crumper and still lose. You can be a popper, like you can, any style can lose. But I feel like there are different practices or thought processes towards what a style can provide that might make you say, I think this style can beat this style. Even if you think of like, even if we just did that, like if we said, all right, because again, we had, like even for example, we had crumpers versus poppers. Now, of course, the lineup is important, but again, for me, I try to exclude any of the Slims, the Kids, Boogie Frantics. Those are like the main three I always talk about. Soul, all the people that are like already just, you know, top tier, just the best. But those are the only people that we can rely on, kind of shit. I take them out, and I just have it to be where it's like, all right, think of like poppers that you can think of, top five outside of them, and then top five crumpers. There's a lot of people that can represent crump at a high level. And then where they have taken the dance to, it's represented properly. You know what I mean? But then when you have that clash, on that day, it'll show you why crump could be better than popping because of what they provide. Then you have some of the OGs within popping that show you like what you could potentially do with popping, but there's not enough people on that level doing that. So I feel like for popping my style, it's on a fat decline. You know what I mean? But yeah, the foundations and basics are
I talk about that even when I teach people today. If you would also like to work with the dance doctor, I'm telling you, I'm literally trying. I'm on a mission to try to help as many people as possible. Work with is a lot of. I've helped a lot of people for free or whatever the case may be. But if again, that's why it's like for anybody that wants to support or give back, or I don't think anybody has still talked about this. If there's things that you would like to help me build on here, I see people streams, I see people doing things, and I'm like, I know they don't do it by themselves, and I actually realize, yeah, they don't. They have a person that operates on the audio for them, or of course they get paid, but it's like just being able to just connect with different people in a space that like get from me, and they have the resources to be able to help me in a space. So it's like just a giving exchange almost. You know what I mean? Like they help me, I give content, I can give more insight to things, I can get the dancers that they don't have access to, bring them on to have them talk about. It's just a balance, you know what I mean? But I'm basically asking, I'm just openly asking for help now at this point. You know what I mean? This ain't a GoFundMe or nothing. I don't want no charity. At first, I was uncomfortable with the idea of people donating just because of the simple fact that I feel like it's just people just giving me money. But now I feel like it's definitely in a space where it's like I feel like it's valid to have people join the channel. That's why I got the option to have that available on the channel, or donate because of all the content that I put out. But aside from the financials, it's like trying to just build upon opportunities to make things just better for what we're trying to build on here. You know what I mean? What you know about the raw? Hey, hey man, I ask that question every day. I ask myself that all the time. You know what I mean? The real question is what you know about that. You know what I mean? What you know about the raw? What you know about the raw? You know what I mean? You better ask them. Uh, See, like even that, I make beats. If you need me for anything, I'm down. Like that's smooth. You know what I mean? Just to know someone has like that's what I mean though. Because in terms of networking, that is essential. It is mandatory. This is outside of kind of the context of what we've been talking about, but a little bit more so on channel development. Because the fact that I know that old boy offered that is like, okay, that's a resource. Now I don't know what his beats is looking like. You know what I mean? I hope his shit is at a point where it's like, you know, if you're gonna offer something, then you got confidence enough in yourself. Because you know how some people be like, hey man, hey man, I rap. Hey, I'm a rapper. Here it is. 1 plus 2 is 3. Take a look at me. I got your girl plus 3. Bring it back. You're looking at me. You know what I mean? Like something. What are you saying? What is you doing? You know. But just that type of energy. Yo, man, I do this. I got you, bro. Let's link. Let's bam. Put that out there. I fuck with the channel. I need the channel to be doing this. I need your this to be like this, and I know how to do that. Bam, I got you, man. Cause I see what you're doing. I see the energy you on, and I want to contribute to that. You know, I want to help with that. You understand what I mean? I see the mission you on, man. Here's $100. Bang. You know what I mean? People have done that, so that's not even, you know, that was all hypothetical. It don't have to be financials. It could just literally just be, yo, man, I know how to operate Streamlabs. Bam, man, let me get your streams cracking. Blam. Look, man, your shit is garbage. Look, man, your videos, you need editing. Bam, got you. Bam, right there. I know how to do that. You know what I mean? I just feel bad because I want to pay people. You know what I mean? I want to give people what they deserve the same way I feel like I should be. But I don't like, and I also wasn't a person that like really relied on people. You know, depending on people, that's a lot of stress. That's a lot of work. So it's like, damn, man, I don't you know, you got to rely on people, trust people. I don't even know how to do that. So it's like, yeah, either email Arkies or get in the Discord. I mean, who's not in the Discord? I need people in the Discord, man. Let me get the link. Let me get the link. Let me get people in the Discord, man, because I need some soldiers in the Discord. It's always gonna change, you know what I mean? Every so often you're gonna have people come and go, and that's fine. But I need some soldiers in the Discord, man. I need some soldiers in the Discord. Alright? Now, let me see what else we got here. Let me finish reading some of these comments. Uh-oh, we got Hubert up in there. I don't know who that is, but that's somebody. Oh shit, we got Arkies. Oh, look at people joining the Discord. Hey, look, this is what's gonna happen. Let me tell you what's gonna happen, man. I already foresee it. You're gonna join the Discord, and you're not even gonna use it. That's the cold part. You're gonna join the Discord, and not even talk to nobody up in there. Like, why? Why join it? You know what I mean? Why? You're not even gonna talk in the motherfucker. You're not even gonna be active. If you're gonna be on there, hey man, chop it up with the people, man. Chop it up with the people. You know, you got to. Hey, can I see that shoulder tattoo? Oh, blam. You know what I mean? You said that a long time ago, probably. But yeah, man. You can obviously tell I'm full Negro out here. Maybe the light don't really help, but yeah, man. I got some Guam blood in me, man. You know what I mean? Some Guam blood, not Guatemalan or something like that. Guamanian, the island of Guam. You know what I mean? I got some Guam blood in me, man. But let me see. Let me get back to the comments. There's so many of them. I also talked to Slim on this live. We were talking about the lack of categorized battles, and he said, y'all were looking to that. Yeah. I think instead of calling it hip hop, popping, or new style, we should just call it freestyle. Everyone is so unique. Nah. What happens with that? There's freestyle already. I mean, that's just in general. But the idea of calling freestyle, like, is because I feel like the more you try to like give all these other terms to associate the dance with, it takes away from like the actual styles. That's why so many people are confused. When you say all styles and then they try to just blend everything, and then people say, "Oh, I'm just being me. Like this is me. This is my shit." Like they have no way of crediting where they get their shit from because it's not under a specific style. To where when you watch it, you can sit there and be like, "Oh, word." Like again, you'll watch hip hop and think that's hip hop, and it's not. It's not. They're mixing 7,000 different styles in the shit. So I don't know. I'm not the ambassador of hip hop or the guru to know when you can draw the line, but there's so many styles in hip hop right now where it's like you don't know that this person was doing light feet in hip hop the whole round because you just said it's hip hop. You don't know this person was doing flexing within hip hop because they were in a hip hop battle. You know what I mean? Like, or they were just freestyling. So if they're just freestyling, then it's like you don't know what they're doing. They're just freestyling. It's valid to still because that element of it still exists. It's a freestyle within the style, though. You know. Who do you think going to be the best of this new generation in hip hop? Shit, I don't know, man. I honestly, I don't even know because I mean, I'm not connected. I watch a lot of the videos, but it's because for me, what I was just saying about hip hop, it's just different. But then it's also like I'm not tapped in with a lot of the dancers that are more dominant within hip hop right now, which is overseas. So I honestly have no idea. No idea. Most of the stuff that I watch of them is just all stuff online. So I kind of couldn't give like an objective thought towards that, and I don't have subjective feelings towards anybody in the hip hop scene right now. But obviously, like the people that you mentioned, Rubik's and Avion are at the top. Yeah, those are valid people. You know what I mean? There's actually a lot of dancers. You know what I mean? Even my man Spiders to me is like crazy nice. But then even like that is like I think Spider adds a lot of popping elements for sure. And oh shit, we got Archie. We got 3 people that's in the Discord that's not finna use it. I fuck with it. Hey man, the more the better. You know what I mean? I'm trying to catch up. Fusion concepts and all that stuff. Crump is the best for battles. I like that. That's valid. Okay. Ooh. Okay, look, man, you heard it here first. Critical 47 is now officially the GOAT of shuffling. So, if you guys have any shuffling, questions, if you have any inquiries about shuffling, I need you to look no further than adding and contacting Critical 47, not 46, not 48, 47. Contact him because he is now the GOAT of shuffling. You heard it here first on Silk You know what I mean? Ooh, we got people talking in the Discord from London. Oh shit. Oh, we got Smooth JC. We got 4 people that's not finna use the Discord. I like it. 4 people is in there, and it's just a matter of time to see if the people is gonna rally up. You know what I mean? And use that mother flipper. I'm trying to build something that makes it to where you guys have constant access to be able to conversate with people about dance. You know what I mean? And motherfuckers don't use it. I mean, some people do. It's like it just goes back and forth. It fluctuates. 1 minute is busting, and the next minute is dead, and the next minute is dead, and then right after that it's dead, and then all of a sudden some new blood gets in there, and then it gets popping for a little bit, and then it dies again. But hey, you saw all that negativity I just spewed out my flipping mouth? Get that out of there. Throw it. Put it under your foot. Step on it, and I mean step on that thing hard. Put it into the ground, man, and don't let that come back up. We're moving out here. We're 4 people into the Discord, man. And I'm loving it. I'm loving every second of it. Back to the shuffling, man. Hey, everybody, I need you to get at Critical 47. And if you have any shuffling needs, go ahead and contact him. Contact him. He's the guy. You heard it here first. Here on Silk. Is it Silk? Is it Silk Milk? Is that what it was? I don't remember. Aren't the twin style hip hop? I mean, it's a cluster of stuff. It's not like that's the problem. That's what I'm saying. I don't think Larry's hip hop. Not like that's a bad thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think what he does is hip hop. That's just, you know. I'm not. It's not like an attack. It's not like I'm trying to box him. I'm not trying to tell him what. I just don't see hip hop elements. I don't get it per se. So I don't think what he does is hip hop. Now, hey, you know, who am I? I'm just your dance doctor. You know what I mean? But if I take a look at his movement, you know, I would look at it and sit there and say, I don't see how this aligns with hip hop. I don't get it. You know, there was a time I felt like it was closely connected or it had the elements of it. Right now, I don't see that. You know, maybe an unpopular opinion, but that's what your dance doctor is gonna go ahead and prescribe. That's what I'm gonna go ahead and prescribe, man. I don't think Laurent maybe does. Yeah, Laurent is a better representation of it, but yeah, man, that's how I'm feeling about that. Let's go ahead and move on. Long live Skinny. I see you, man. I see you in the building. I see a lot of people conversating. It's good. It's good. Healthy, man. I love it. I love it. I love to see the people talking, man. Chat has been bumping today. Consistent 20 viewers. No donations. No new members. But hey, we're good. We're good. We'll have to figure something else out. We'll have to go a different path. Would anybody like privates? Hey, that's just throwing that out there. You know what I mean? Does anybody want to work? You know what I mean? I don't know too much of y'all that are really actively trying to build up your dance. You know what I mean? You really want to tap in and become one of the best. And when I say the best, I'm talking Aubrey Fisher the best. If you really want to become the next GOAT, if you really want to become the next person leading the charge in this dance shit, you know what I mean? If you want to be the next Ditto, the next Fiction, the next, you know, the next big name, if you want to be that next person, I'm telling you right now, man, look no further. Because the dance doctor is here to deliver, and you know that. You know this, all right? Now, if you want to take privates, I'm dead ass. I'm serious, man. If you want to put that work in, because this is not easy. These are all technical things. Technique, the application of technique and how to develop them. And, you know what I mean? Understand more about your movement. Understand more about your dance. Understand rhythms. Understand timing. You know what I mean? Your dance doctor has all the answers to your questions. All right? Hit me up, man. Let's work. Let's build. You know what I mean? Let's build. Let's do this. Me and you. You know? Thinking about doing some class-oriented things on the channel. I don't know how I want that structured yet. But I'm trying to give back as much as possible. But at the same time, because clearly YouTube is not really the main source of income. I have to go into other routes, and teaching is also one of them. So, if anybody would like to work with your boy through that space, where you can get more out of it, and get to that next level, holla at me. You know what I mean? That's just something I have to speak on right there. Let's see. Let's see what else we got going on. Quick question. I'm 25 with 2 kids. Okay. But I love dancing. I used to go to the studio daily, but I don't have the time to fit it in. What would you recommend for stay-at-home dancers to work on their craft? Well, look, man. Studios? You don't even need to be there. You don't need to be there. The world now operates off of the internet. Okay? So whatever you're looking for, pops, it's on the internet. You can find it. Maybe not. You don't listen to everybody. Okay? Find valid sources like yours truly. Okay? Find people that actually are resources that can give you proper information, proper insight. Okay? Proper perspectives to have you get to that next space within your dance, because it's not over for you, man. I don't want to hear that. You know what I mean? You got 2 kids, and that's beautiful. I think that's amazing. You know what I mean? And you still have that passion. You still have that yearning to want to go and ascend to that next space within your dance. Well, look, man, this is what you have to do. Okay? Let me tell you right now. I don't know where you're at within your dance, but first, I always say you need to know what style you want to do. When you know that, you can then go ahead and then do your research, do your homework, learn the fundamentals, learn the basics. If you're already at a space where you feel like you have those, refine them, go back to them, understand them, connect with them, become them. You know what I mean? You are foundation, and foundation is you. You understand what I'm saying? Okay? I don't even know if you're still here right now, but somebody needs to hear this. Okay? All right? You understand me? Learn the basics, understand the basics, become familiar with them, because you're going to be there for a long time. Even when you leave, you're going to come back. It's like that ex-girlfriend. You can't get rid of her, man. You break up, get back together, break up for another month, bang some other chick, get back with her. You know what I mean? You're going to realize foundation and basics are it. Okay? Develop those to where you feel like you have a proper understanding. Connect mentally just as much as you do physically. Because even when you feel like you got the movement, let's talk music now. Let's talk rhythm. Let's talk timing. You got the movement. Are you able to divvy it up? Are you able to go ahead and create within the music? Make it come alive. Separate your movement to different portions of the music. You know what I mean? Let's talk about it. Those 2 principles alone, the basics and the music, bro, you'll be doing that for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? Your kids will be 18, living the dream, going to college, big colleges, you know what I mean? Universities and things of that nature, you know? And you'll still be developing those properties. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, man. But then once you've exceeded and being able to properly feel like you connected in those things, then you got to add self, man. Now, when I say self, only you can answer that, man. Things that you feel like you would just want to have a certain twist, a certain flares. This is how I would do it. You know what I mean? I see how you move, and this is how I'm moving. You know, like, to separate you from the people that just do the foundation. You know what I mean? After you get that, you got to put a little bit of you on there, long live skinny. You know what I mean? You've had 25 years of life. Go ahead and sprinkle that. Go ahead and sprinkle that in on that. You know what I mean? And I think you should be. I think you should be well on your way, man. I think you should be well on your way, man. Godspeed. People think foundation will restrict and limit their dance. It's unfortunate, Animation Ghost. Glad to see a member in here. You know what I mean? I'm glad to see people I can trust, like Animation Ghost. You know what I'm saying? Who became a member. You can tell by the badge that he has, because he is now a Super Saiyan. I don't know if a lot of you knew that, but he's a problem. You know what I mean? Look at your name and look at his. It speaks for itself. Hopefully next year I get a scholarship to UCLA from Versatiles, because they offered ALR, um, whatever that is. And if I dorm there, I can be more involved with y'all in LA Metal. So let's hope. Hey, man, Dragon, I believe in you, man. I believe in you. You know what I mean? You're already tall as fuck. You know what I mean? Good looking guy. You're destined for good things, man. Destined for good things, man. When you get to UCLA, just let me know if you see any UCLA baddies. And just, tell them to subscribe to the channel. That's what I'm thinking. Just tell them go ahead and subscribe to the channel, man. Baddies though, you know what I mean, and make sure they're female. Make sure, check them out. You know what I mean. People are very deceptive these days. You know what I mean. Be careful, and we'll be all right. Okay, all right. Okay, let's go to the next one. That makes sense. I think you have to really consider the style and how it applies to you. Most definitely, you have to. There are definite foundations, like you just said, but people want to be wowed in these short videos. Well, hey, when we're talking about these short videos, that's a whole nother thing. Got a podcast episode speaking on that. The effects of social media and the influences that it has on you is something wicked, man. Which is why I was saying, even with your practices, because you're drawing from something still. You're doing things because of a specific reason. It's almost like the reason why people go to therapy. They don't understand why they do what they do. So the therapist helps them really go into their brain, really go into the brain meat and have them figure out why they are the way they are, or why they do what they do. And they're like, damn, man, I didn't realize, you know what I mean? When my mom took that Lego set from me at 3, I just had a tantrum, man. And then that tantrum just fucked me up, man. I've been having problems with people taking things from me ever since, you know? It's just like you realize the effects Instagram has on you and the likes, you know what I mean? And, all these other things that make you move the way that you move without you even really realizing it. Who's twerking at battles? Hey, man, it's a lot of people. The white man's chicken, man. I don't want no parts of that. Bite it, spit it out. Get that seasonless shit out of here, I done seen people, it's just a difference in understanding. And I don't know sometimes if I'm able to understand, because I done seen a lot of different people speak on the foods that are placed at those tables. And you guys have any glass of water I can have? You know what I mean? Just, I'll take that. Yeah, thanks. I damn near wouldn't. I don't even know if I would trust that, but it's tough out here, So yeah, man, I'm just yikes. Yeah, we're gonna leave that one there. And question: how do you come up with new moves? Well, Isaac, this is how you do it. You ready? Get your pen and paper out. Okay. Creating new moves. How do you come up with new moves? You don't. Okay. First, put that down. Put you don't. Okay. When you put new moves equals you don't. How do you create new moves? You don't. Okay. That's the first thing. The second thing is, right, get you some music. Okay. Get you some music. When you listen to the music, okay, it's gonna do something to you. What it's gonna do to you, I'll tell you right now. It's gonna make you move. Okay. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with that, but when you listen to music, and I mean, get you some music that you really connect to, you align with, something it just speaks to your spirit, okay? And you get that music playing, you get that music going, your body starts moving. You're already exuding energy right now. You know what I mean? Something about you right now is just, you're going to a higher space. When you got that music tapped in, you done forgot about all your problems. You know what I mean? You're not worried about nothing. All you're doing is connecting to the music. What's going to happen after that? You're going to start moving. When you start moving, man, I'm telling you, man, you're going to come up with all types of new shit. All types of new stuff, man. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. You're going to come up with a whole bunch of new stuff. Or you can just sit there and just try to create something. Force it out of you. You know what I mean? Create some combos if you want. Choreograph it. That's basically what I look at it as. And you could do it that way. But organic. Organic, man. That's the way to go. You want to go ahead and listen to some music, man, and let it move you. You know what I mean? Restrictions are, limits are things that are needed at times, but in those spaces, just allow yourself to go, man. Allow yourself to just be. And I guarantee you it'll take you places that you never really thought you could even go to. Just take a look. It's in a book. It's reading Rainbow, man. You know. Handle that. Handle that. Go ahead and get busy. You got it, man. Let's go ahead and continue reading, man. Oh, sweet Nelly. Riz, man. I already know about you, man. Riz. I already know about you, man. You're that guy. We got more people joining the Discord. I'd love to see it. Love to see it. Riz, thank you, man. Thank you, man. For actually, thank you. Me and Riz is just here already. There's nothing that I would say that I haven't said to Riz already. And, he knows, I know. It's just one of them things, man. It's just, it's a bond that we have. And Riz understands what I do on here. And Riz has just always been faithful to that. And I can't, yeah. What a guy, man, I tell you. Riz, thank you, man. Thank you. As of right now, locally at least, within SD and LA, the only categorized battles I've known about is Stampede's event and the big Versatile event. But that's it, which is really bad. Yeah, I mean, hey, I had to bring it up to someone a couple weeks ago. I was like, hey, man, think of the battles that you've been to. Think about it. I mean, think hard. How many battles have you been to where it was style? Like, you entered the battle and it was a hip hop battle. It was a popping battle. It was you know what I mean? Think about it. Just go ahead and sit there, think about it. You know what I mean? You know? And yeah, it's quite unfortunate. Hurting yourself. Wait a minute. Hurting yourself while dancing is a good thing to me. Don't. Hey. Whoa. No. No. And no, nigga. You do not need to hurt yourself. I don't even want to know what you're saying no more. Think about what. No. You do not need to hurt yourself. Meta, what do you think about animation in battles? It's kind of like a very broad question. I don't. What I think about. It's good. I don't. Yeah. I'm not fully understanding the question. I don't even think there's too many animation battles. Like, you know what I mean? Highlight the Style had one. That was like it. So it's like I don't know what you mean necessarily. So yeah, get back at me, Ghost, with that one. Hey man, send in support from India. Wow, you know what I mean? I was wondering how long have you been dancing for? How old are you? Yikes. Okay. So yeah, man, I've been dancing since I was like 15, man. I'm talking years. Now, man. I'm 21 though, and yeah, man. Thank you for the support, man. From India. You know what I mean? On the fucking other side of the planet. I think. But thank you, man. I'm just glad to have you here. Hopefully one day I can go over there because I know there's a lot of poppers in India. You know what I mean? I know you guys are strong out there with the community. I love it. I know you used to play Bakugan back then, huh? I used to play. What the fuck? Did you just put a curse on me, nigga? What the fuck is Bakugan? What the fuck is that? I'm late. How's everybody doing? I'm doing great now that you're here, Riz. For sure. I got my members in here. Riz donated a fat 35 bomb. You know what I mean? I thank you for that. Breaking easy. Hey, I hear you, Tony. I fuck with that. We need to see a Kidda versus Fiction battle. Okay. Reggie of Criminals Crew is having an all styles confab this month. Hopefully, you'll be able to go to. What is that? I'm not hip. Maybe that's some new terminology. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm not hip to confab. Maybe it's a battle or something. King AB, yes. Whatever he's saying yes to, yes, for sure. Okay. I think we got Arkies in the Discord. We do. Arkies, if you could do me a favor, man, just go ahead and just DM me, man. Just go ahead and just DM me. Um, and maybe you got a SoundCloud or something. Bro, I got a question. Why is it that when I dance on camera, it's different from the way I dance? Okay. What do you mean necessarily? Like it camera okay, so what I've talked about with people before is cameras, you don't want to always rely on them. All right? But cameras give you a certain perspective. Now, there are certain angles like we know from watching fusion concept videos that can make your shit look real ugly or it could make it look good. But there are certain things that you have to take into consideration where it's just a perspective. So like even the angle that you get where it makes it look bad, it might actually like look good from a different angle, just not that one. So what you see on camera, I would say like don't like completely it's low. Like I mean I've seen what you're saying about the mic volume being low because I had to have my maybe if I'd like turn it up on here. I don't know if that maybe, you know, hold on. I think that might be it. I think I just fixed it right now. Um, I think I just fixed it right now. Hopefully, but yeah, when it comes to recording, it's it's gonna be something that you don't want to necessarily have to rely on because once you do, you know, you're just gonna become a slave to it. It's like you just don't put all of your trust on footage that you get from the camera because like I said, you see a certain perspective of it, and then you start thinking like, uh, you start thinking, you know, that's okay. Damn, now all of y'all saying this better. Okay, cool. All right, I got it. Thanks, appreciate y'all. Um, minor tweak, but yeah, we got that. Yeah, I was just gonna say, when you watch things on footage, man, it could, you know, it could fuck with your head. You can watch some footage, it could actually boost your confidence, or it could show you something that's actually honest. So sometimes I work with people and I want them to record footage so we can just actually just see what they do in that moment in space where it's like that's a honest representation of your dance. Now you might be able to make 20 more videos and then finally get a better one, but I'd rather see the raw. I'd rather just see like what it looks like. I mean, from a natural angle, I feel like that just looks good. I don't want to see it from like the side or something like that. But just if you feel like you're seeing your footage and you're not liking what you're doing, then there's just things I feel like you should be able to analyze within your movement that you're like looking at where you whatever it is you don't like, you should be able to critique it so that way you could find a way to correct that. You know what I mean? Uh, Joshua, I see you. What's going on, man? To be honest, I don't know what hip hop dance style is. I mean, yeah, that's a fair assessment because I don't either. It's literally everything. Today's understanding of it. It is it becoming more about the music they dance to instead of the style they use? What do you necessarily mean by that? I feel that way towards choreo. Hip hop choreography is like literally just the music they dance to. Because I don't feel like I see movement that represents hip hop at all within choreography, realistically. In the bigger settings, like main stage type shit. Um, but I don't think that was what you were saying because I know we weren't talking about choreography. Is it becoming more about the music they dance to instead of the styles they use? I'm not fully understanding the question, but maybe you were even talking to somebody else. I'm not entirely sure. What hip hop should be is dancing with the foundation, bounce, rock, rolls, waves, skates. Oh, there we go. We got some education for you. Not waves to be mistaken as in waving. Yep, but waves as in body waves and rolls. Yep. And party moves. You know what I mean? You can also develop a lot of those things, like I said, elevate it with the times and things of that nature. So I definitely feel like hip hop is in a space where it has evolved, but it also has become a clusterfuck of all styles combined into one, and it's still considered hip hop. Everything else on top of hip hop is layered on top of the foundation. So whatever it is, textures or even concepts, it has to be a branch off of the foundation and then create what people call the pocket and dance. You got Dragon schooling y'all, man. The problem with hip hop is people do all the extra cherry on top of basic stuff without the foundation. They just do it just cause it has to branch off of the foundation which was created from the feeling. I mean, it's kind of like saying like you're doing something. It's kind of like me going nowadays. Like I'm basically just gonna start claiming I crump, and I'm not doing crump. You know what I mean? Like I said, I can just go hip. I can tell Crow pull up to Fusion Concept and Summer Dance Forever and just have him sign up for hip hop. Why? Because it doesn't matter. He's not doing hip hop, but hell, neither are some of these other people. You know what I mean? Neither are some of these other people. So neither are some of these other people. You know. Yeah. Let's see. To me, it's hard to recognize the basic foundations in a lot of hip hop dances today. Like you said, a lot of use extra stuff. Could you elaborate more on the pocket, Red? Is it just bass movement like bounce? If I lived in LA, I would take privates, but I'm still in SD working. No, it's all good, man. Recently been taking Paradox's online program. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, you're not joking. Yeah, you're gonna feel the burn with them arm joints. You're gonna feel the burn, man. Um, but yeah, this was a pretty beefy stream. I mean, in terms of like being able to communicate with you guys. Um, I feel like I've gotten most of everything I wanted to at least initially talk about out of my system. Um, Again, if you guys haven't done the following, be sure to like the video, comment for sure if you have not subscribed, which is fine. I definitely know a lot of people that watch are not subscribed, but if you could just go ahead and just click it. Just click the fucking button that says like, thumbs up, subscribe. And if you want to hit that join button, you can become a member so you can support the channel so your boy can do what he does. You know what I mean? You can become a super exclusive secret club member here to the channel. You know what I mean? I mean, it's super exclusive. I mean, it's exclusive. You understand what I'm saying? So I suggest you get on that. Definitely be doing more streams now. I feel like it's just nice to just not have to like overly try to like entertain type shit. Like I can be calm. YouTube videos, I can do all that still. It's not like I'm being extra, but it's like, you wanna it's YouTube videos. You wanna try to put a little bit more oomph on it. You know what I mean? Not to overdo it or nothing, but it's just more so like, you know. But on here I can just mellow out, chill. Talk to the people, man. Crack some jokes, get some advice out, help the people. I can tap in with you guys in a different way on the streams that I can't with the videos per se, because the videos there's just no interaction. It's just all me just giving perspective based off the video we're watching and insight and clarity on certain things. But I will get back to making videos, man. Life is hitting pretty hard right now, and that's why I got to say thank you to Riz for being a contributor to helping me in ways that I don't even know if he understands. But that 35 is definitely helpful. So I'll do one last drop of links, and then I more than likely will peace out. It's been a fat 2-hour stream. I know I'm gonna start gaming on here, but that's also, I mean, I say that now. It just depends on. It depends on like what happens in the future. Things are changing. Because life is life, and YouTube. I'll tell you right now. I guess with the people that are here, YouTube hasn't really been working. With everything that I put into YouTube thus far, it hasn't like paid off yet. So, like I said, a lot of what I do is just basically for free. And then in terms of like having someone like Riz donate 35, it like I said means everything to me. But even just with the strength of like, if I just had people moving in a way where if all 13 people donate, or at least like even the people that were here, you know what I mean, just to help with the channel or to help with the support of it. I know people have donated various times, but it's just the thought process behind it where it's like trying to continuously do this, and try to provide as much insight as I can and help as many people as I can and do a lot of it for free. But this is like what I work off of. It's not really the wave. It's not really, it's not helping me at all. So there's like a lot of me wanting to help, but it's not coming back, in a way where I'm able to survive off of it. It's been like that since the longest, but I know as an entrepreneur, you have to go through that. So, but I still have faith. It's just, you're able to do it until you can't do it no more. And that do it no more is like, it's not like I'm just deciding not to. It's like when your hand gets forced, then you have to make decisions. And that hand is getting twisted a little bit because of life. So that's just me speaking on it right now. But I'm going to come back, try to make some videos, punch the clock, and just try to work as much as I can. But yeah, man. Thank you guys still. All the people that supported or show support. Definitely love the energy within the chat today. A lot of people talking. Good conversations, good healthy dialogue, proper understanding of how to look at the topic for what we were talking about today, and got to answer some questions for the people, help some people out. So, you know, not easy being a entrepreneur / content creator. Yeah, man, it's not. Especially when you don't have, like, again, what I talk about is the name. So I'll go watch streamers, you know, doing far less. And I mean, they do work just in the same way. It's not to compare it, but it's just like, if I could just play video games and like get people to just donate up the ass, that would be great, actually. It's not to say that there's still now stress involved in that, but if I could just do that, man, just have people just donate now, and they don't even interact with you. You know what I mean? They just do what they do, and they just have people just willingly just support them. You know, that's one thing I will just say. It's just more so just the support. So again, in those various aspects, why is YouTube not working for you? Because it's not. I want to say it's YouTube per se. There's a cluster of things though. Subscriber count is still only at 4,000, even though just within this last month, I mean, it's like this continuously, but it's like I reach between 50 to 60,000 views a month, and I can't even crack 5,000 views. Let alone that's just just me downplaying my shit. Like I think I should be at least like at 10,000 minimum. You know what I mean? For the work that I put out and the content that I put out, the educational videos that I put out, or like the entertainment, all that type of stuff. But it's not there yet, so it's not like I'm tripping. It's just I gotta do more or figure out something to where it connects me to more people, to get more of an audience to engage with my work. But I wouldn't say it's YouTube. I mean, it's a balance of everything. Like, so YouTube too. Like, I have to do things that's primarily that works within the YouTube algorithm to get the videos to move a certain way. But overall, just the support, again, like the main things: commenting, liking, and subscribing. It really does a lot, especially like with the way people talk about liking videos. When you like it, it shares it more. I don't know how factual that is, but at the same time, I think that shit works. So yeah, man, I gotta figure something out, and hopefully, yeah. Is the AdSense net worth worth it for 60,000 views? No. You gotta make a lot. Like, the people that make it are the people that get like that amount of views per video. You know what I mean? You gotta make like each video. I make that just within a month. I think that's a lot, but that's not a lot. Like, you know what I mean? Like, for a YouTuber. Like all the big, any not even the big name people, but any YouTuber that you know that's successful, it's because they pull that number per video. Now per video for me, I pull about 2,000-3,000 on average. Maybe it's somewhere between 1 to 3. So yeah, my shit's still not even really at its peak yet. I'm still trying to climb up the ladder. So 60,000 a month is good, accumulatively, but yeah, that don't pay shit. Do you still make freestyle videos? Not really. I do every once in a while, which is why I dropped some of my videos on YouTube recently. I've shared a few freestyle videos, yeah. Do you think Fiction should enter Fusion Concept to shut people up who still call him only a performer? I don't really know how far he would make it. Like, if it's a hip hop battle. I think he did do Fusion Concept. Him and no, it was just Abu. Him and Slavic. I don't think he's only a performer. I just don't think he's tapped into some of the things that help him move better under those styles. It's not like, again, with the way that people move, it's not as if they're limited by that. So like, he's a performer. I feel like that's a underlooked aspect of the shit. So like, he can sell what he does better than damn near anybody. Because I think if somebody, when I think there are people that do, if there were people that move like Fiction and they don't have Fiction's name, you don't really care. You don't. There are a lot of people that are influenced by Fiction. Twins, all them, Schizo. Those are like some of the biggest names at one point. A lot of people moved like them, and nobody gave a fuck. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where I think Fiction can do whatever he wants. I was thoroughly pleased to see him in the Beast Camp lineup, like actually developing a style. You know what I mean? Because that's been the main emphasis towards anything that I speak on, especially when I was talking about his dance at one point. I feel like there was just a lot of gaps, a lot of holes, a lot of movement, and he can perform clearly, so he has good transitions to be able to connect a lot of these styles that he implements within his shit, but it ain't rooted in much. So that would only help if he like actually spent time with a specific style to like elevate his craft, so that it could be properly like introduced to the people or articulated in a way. So if he entered Fusion Concept, I don't know what he would do. Is Fusion Concept? Yeah, they have. Well, wait. No, oh yeah, Fusion Concept I think is all styles. Yeah, now that I think about it. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, then he could enter that. I still don't know how far he would make it, but yeah, he could enter. I don't even think he would enter. I think it would be more so one of them things where it's like people, they might have him as a guest, the same way they had that Michael Jackson kid. I don't know how far. I personally don't think he would make it that far though, according to like how people, what the standards are for how they battle. That's not really an attack. That's just like some people look at that as like you if you say that as like it's a bad thing, and that's it's not meant to be a bad thing. But I mean, I don't really stress no more on like how someone's gonna take what you're saying. It's just yeah. Don't the twins not have foundation either? No, the twins do. It's like it's like the twins introduced a lot of these things that kind of like exist today. The twins just have an approach where they have a cluster of stuff, but they're able to implement it in a way that like I don't know. It's like I have my thoughts on it too, because like when I watch certain older videos of the twins, there was definitely what I can look at now in a very mature space of my dance to see like I was very mesmerized by a lot of what they do, which is where like I feel like a lot of the influence on just moves came from. That's why like essentially with those moves, you would see someone moving like that and immediately be able to identify that they dance like the twins because they were very move heavy and they definitely had the performance aspect that I'm saying fiction has while also being able to like beat kill. So it's like they were doing a lot of the things that like were just very like almost like fresh because nobody was kind of moving in that specific way. You know what I mean? It's not that they don't have foundation though. It's just I feel like they took a lot of the years that they spent within different styles of the dance and blended some things together that I feel like still at its root was like based with hip hop, because I feel like when they first came out there was definitely properties of hip hop that were like apparent within their movement. And then of course as they experience more things throughout dance and they take different things to further add to what they do, their shit changes over time. They don't really stay the same, and you shouldn't. Like your shit is always gonna elevate. But I wouldn't say they don't have foundation. Maybe they don't showcase it a lot. Like it's not like everybody doesn't want to go and do hip hop and then automatically go straight to just doing like the bounce and the rocks, and they don't want that because they feel like that's just the older stuff. So I feel like there's just different ways to incorporate that. But I feel like there's different ways to incorporate that because they're able to take different properties of other things and combine it to give it a different look, even though it still is rooted in a little bit of what came from the foundation of hip hop. So maybe like with Larry, he adds a more animated approach. But now it's like the bounce and the rock and all that is completely not there. You know what I mean? I feel like it's just a lot of movement. And then that's where I feel like that's where a lot of the dancers look comes from today, where it's just a lot of movement that's not really like sat in one particular thing, like the context of like being able to develop your wave to a point where you could articulate how to wave thoroughly throughout music and connect and be able to demonstrate the different ways to showcase waving or popping, like or whatever, like your leg work, like Alex the Cage, Boo Boo or something like that, where they can give you the visual of like Green Tech, and I can take leg work Kite and show you what you could do with it, but it would fall under popping. It would fall under hip hop because they would add these fundamentals that go on top of it, whereas some people just do a bunch of stuff. You know what I mean? I feel like the twins definitely like, you know, added a bunch of things to their stuff, and then it was labeled still hip hop. So then that's where like it kind of got confusing. That's not that I don't think they, like I said, I don't think they didn't add hip hop to their stuff or incorporate some of those elements of hip hop, but I feel like definitely later in their process, it was less and less of that. So then I feel like sometimes I would see them move and it would look like a more just controlled, isolated, you know, flow type of space where it didn't look like hip hop no more. It just looked like I could as a popper. Now it feels like so it's like I feel like they can go into different spaces because they have experience within so many different styles, but it's more so just the label of people just looking at them and saying that's new hip hop. And I'm like, nah, it's not new hip hop. They're doing something that already exists for another style. You know what I mean? I feel like when we had that poppers versus flexing battle, it's like they were doing the bruck up. And that's foundational to them. That's a culture. That's a lifestyle. Like I've talked to different people where they spoke on like what the bruck up means to the people out there on that side. Whereas like for us, it's like, oh, they're doing a lot of like contractions and like being able to have control within their shoulder. You know what I mean? Wait, giving back some for all the knowledge you're giving me. Hey, yo, thank you, man. That's a fat 50 though. Let that be known right now. That's a fat 50, man. I see that clearly. You know what I mean? And I'm thoroughly appreciative of that. Thank you, man. That perspective alone just helps me understand more so my space and what I do. Like giving back for all the knowledge you've given me is like, I definitely feel like I am within that space to be able to say that. Like, yeah, I feel like I have helped a lot of people. So to just have someone speak on it and definitely be more supportive of it in a way where it's like, yo, let me give you something to help you with what you're trying to continuously build it. I'm telling you, man, it means a lot. So thank you for that. But yeah, the twins definitely, they changed a lot. And I felt like even fiction's movement or a lot of people's movement, it was influenced by that. But the less they connect to the styles and the more that they just like, again, create all these different labels to further disassociate themselves with the styles, I feel like the more it just fucks the stuff up. So I watch some people's rounds and then they're, like I said, they're doing a bunch of movement. They're doing a bunch of different things to represent a certain style, but then they don't claim the style because they never really even like learned the style properly. They're just taking movements from the style. So then they don't properly represent the style. They're doing a bunch of movements. It's not rooted in anything. And then they're just trying to attack sounds, backbeats, the intricate parts of the track. It's just a weird balance of doing way too much. But there is a lot of entertaining aspects of it because they do some of the moves with like the back bend where they go all the way to the ground, and you know what I mean, they have their signatures, you know. So it's for me, I can see right through all the shit. I can see right through all of it. Being objective, I can still recognize where it still has a place within the battle depending on what the other person does. But that's why like he can go to Fusion Concept, but if the person that he's battling is valid in every regard because they do all these things at a really high level, that's not doing anything comparatively. But the twins have a valid understanding of what they do within how they demonstrate it. But then I would speak more so on the idea that I think Laurent is very, very, very in tune to that. Where like again, my perspective towards Larry is like his is just very controlled. Like if he was doing something from an animation perspective, I don't think he does like animation, but it's like that's what I'm saying. It's like he takes the properties of animation and control, and he has good balance. And I don't know what he's trying to do. But then it's like it's under hip hop, and that's when I'm like, I don't know how, because it's not. But yeah, so I feel like I tried to explain myself the best way I can. Rambled on enough about that, but hey, yeah, I'm not mad at it because it got my man Meek to be able to give back and support towards, you know, the channel, and definitely am appreciative of that, man. It means a lot to get that level of support and a donation towards what I'm trying to do on here, man. What I'm trying to do on here, and I can't do it without the people. I speak on that all the time. So thank you guys, man. Again, I'm gonna do more live streams, connect with the people, talk to the people, and have some guests on here. Again, be on the lookout. Rubik's will be on here next month, or I know Rubik's will be out here. I'm gonna ask him if he wants to do anything on the channel first before I just, you know, throw him on here respectfully. So, and I'll tap in with you guys later, man. Thank you guys again. This chat was beefy. Definitely it was beefy. It was active all goddamn, the whole goddamn stream. The beginning was a little scary. But yeah, man, I'm still trying to get my mental together, man. I'm still like not in a very good space, but it felt good coming on here for a little bit. And thank you guys again for the energy and the love and the support. Appreciate you guys.